Okay, and we're back, I think. Hope you can see me okay. There we go. Okay, so I'm sitting here in my room, in my apartment room in Australia. Whoa, I am so excited to be here. From the second I got on the plane in Nashville to now, so much has happened. I feel like I've told like a few people a pretty detailed story of everything. I've journaled about it, so forgive me if I repeat something or if I don't say something cool, which I might not anyway, but it's been really exciting. So, plane ride from Nashville to LA was actually pretty interesting. I didn't really think or expect anything from that, but it was actually pretty cool to fly over the west. Like, the plane flew over Arizona and Southern California, where I could see like the desert and like those like desert mountains out there, which was really, really cool to see because I've never been out west, and I knew, you know like what's out there kind of, but it was really cool to see that. And then as we were flying into LA, the sun was setting, but we were flying like towards the sunset, so it took longer. It was like a longer sunset because like as the sun was setting, we were like chasing it a little bit, so it kind of lasted longer, and we were like flying along the horizon, so you could see it was like a rainbow almost from like the clouds. And it was like red and orange, and then it turned blue. So it was really, really pretty flight. And then I got into LA, and I didn't have a gate number on my boarding pass for the Qantas flight. So I was kind of like, okay, what's that about? No worries, I'll just check the prompter or whatever as soon as I get off the plane. So I get off the plane, immediately go check the flights and the gates and all that, and still there's no gate. Actually, I don't think I even saw the flight. So I was like, okay, what's this about? So I just immediately just start walking around. I'm like, where am I going? I gotta find where I'm going, because obviously that's the first thing I wanted to do. I had about 2 hours, but I just wanted to get there and then get settled and then call whoever or whatever. So it leads me to, like, there's like a sign somewhere that says, you know, Qantas flights to Australia and New Zealand leave from, I think, Tom Bradley International Terminal. I think that's what it's called. So I'm like, well, where's that, you know? And it's like walking up and down the hallways, and I'm like, you know, it's pointing me this way, and then wait, no, gotta go back, it's this way. And so finally I find a room where a shuttle leaves from to go to this terminal. So I'm like all nervous. I'm like, you know, hi, are you going to Sydney? Are you on the flight to Sydney? Okay, whatever. So finally the woman announces, okay, all people going to the Sydney flight, you're a high priority because you gotta be shuttled over to this terminal, because apparently the shuttle only leaves every 30 minutes and whatever. So I got there like just in time, waited only about five maybe 10 minutes. It seemed to go by really fast though, because flights and all that, it's just really important. I get really nervous because you gotta be on time, and it gets crazy. You know how it goes if you fly. So we ride the shuttle over to the terminal, and I immediately meet this guy from Boston and this couple who is actually studying abroad here at Macquarie. So that was kind of cool. And we're driving over to the terminal, and there's like construction going on everywhere. It's nighttime by now. The sun had set, and there's like huge planes. Like, I can't remember the airline, but it was like a Chinese airline. It was like double-decker, 2-story, like huge jet passenger airplane, big, like white, like everything was like new and nice. And we get off the shuttle, go into the terminal, and like I said, like I think it was a new terminal because it was just like really clean and big, and there was construction going on everywhere else. So we go up and find the gate, and it was gate 123, which I thought was really cool because I have this thing where when I feel like everything is going right in my life, I tend to see that in order, like 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, or you know, even like 3, 4, 5, or just like numbers like in order. And so I thought that was cool. It's gate 123. Anyway, I had about 30 minutes until we boarded the plane, so I called a few people. And that was even cool because like you could see like international people already, so it was like, whoa, you know, it was like almost like that movie where she becomes a flight attendant, you know, and it's like big status, like top, like flight, you know what I mean? Like everything's just like bigger and better and nicer, and it's like, you know, just big status, and it's like, whoa, you know, it's kind of intimidating because it's like really nice and all that, just like international world traveler, you know, I don't know. So anyway, get on the flight, and first of all, the staff was like so nice. You step on the plane, they're like, first aisle, you know, like telling you where your seat is and all this, and you get there and there's a pillow and a blanket and headphones, and you know, everyone's kind of getting settled, and there's a screen on the seat in front of you, and there's just like, I'm not even sure how many movies, but movies, TV shows, documentaries. You could listen to the radio, you could read the news, you could play games. What else was there? Like music, like albums, like of all genres, just albums. And you could go through and pick and listen to the entire album if you wanted. My favorite was the flight path and the Skycam. Skycam was, there was a camera on the tail of the aircraft that looked over the airplane, so you could see like an aerial view almost of the aircraft and see like the clouds underneath it, and it was really cool. You couldn't, like, for the majority of the time because it was at night, but that was really, really cool. Because actually when we got into Sydney, I turned on the Skycam and it was cloudy, but it was just morning, so the sun had just risen, so it was still a little dark out, but we were coming in, and as we were, it was seriously from a movie, because as we were coming in, the flight was, you know, just above the clouds. It was like there was like this opening just as we were coming into the city, and it was the first time we'd seen land, and the plane's coming down, you know, and the clouds, they just open, you see all these lights in the city, and like land, and the plane just like comes right in. It was like, it was almost cheesy, but it was really, really cool. And so that was a really amazing feature for the little screen or whatever. But my other favorite thing was the flight path, and that showed you where we were, what time it was, what the temperature was, the altitude of the plane, where it was day and night on the earth. Like, really, really cool. Actually, I kept checking that because I kept waking up. I couldn't sleep very well. I can't sleep sitting up. But that was really cool. And oh my gosh, just the food they had. I had dinner and breakfast and then snacks and stuff in between. But they had, I kept a menu. This is the menu from the plane. I don't know if you can see it. But basically, what they offered was you had your choice of chicken or fish for dinner, which I chose the fish. I was like, okay, you know, this is going to be, you never know how it's going to be, like airplane food. I don't know, I've always heard bad things, never really had it, but okay, let's check it out. So it comes in this little tray, and it was like this little like tin that like I guess maybe they probably kept it in the oven or something, but it was this little tin and it had like a square, a chunk of mahi-mahi with this sweet glaze or something over it. And there was rice, and there was like green beans, lima beans, and peas on the other side. This was in this little like hot dish. And then there was a roll and butter and a salad. That's what I forgot earlier. There was a little salad, like a really good fresh salad, tomatoes, cucumbers, with oil and vinegar dressing. But the lettuce was like really fresh, like it wasn't like white or anything, it was like greens. And then there was a little thing of water and a little thing of key lime pie dessert kind of a thing. And then there was a little glass, and I got some wine. I got some Cab Sav wine, and it was really good. It was all like really, really good, and I was really impressed. And I was exhausted at this point. I just wanted to go to sleep, but they were serving dinner, so it was dinner time. But I was really, really impressed. I was blown away by that. It was really good. And then they offered like water and juice. Well, after dinner, they offered coffee or tea. They would come around, coffee or tea, you know, and I didn't want it because I wanted to go to sleep. But then even after that, they came around with a cart with, they offered peppermint tea or Cadbury hot chocolate. You know, it was like, peppermint tea or hot chocolate? Peppermint tea or hot chocolate? And they just kept going around, peppermint tea or hot chocolate? You know, so I got the peppermint tea because I thought it'd be good for, you know, your stomach, because I just kept eating like snacky stuff. I'm sure the hot chocolate was like out of this world, but I got the tea and it was really nice. And then they gave out snack packs, which it was like a bag, and it had 2 chocolate candies in it, a bag of potato sticks, and a water bottle, and I think something else, maybe like some crackers or something. But they handed that out, and that was really cool. And then they came around. They shut off all the lights, and everyone went to sleep. And I slept off and on. I took some melatonin when I thought it might be nighttime here in Australia. That way I can go ahead and start, you know, getting the melatonin going when it needs to be going. Thanks for the tip, Aunt Michelle, by the way. It was a good tip. So couldn't really sleep very well because I can't sleep sitting up. Maybe I could now, but I just never really had to. So I needed to sleep really, really, really bad, but I couldn't sleep very well. I probably woke up every 20 minutes like, where were we, where are we, where are we? It was like, you know, 10 hours left, 8 hours left, 7 hours left, 5 hours left, 4 hours left, and it was just like, ugh, geez, like this really is a long flight, you know. But so anyway, it wasn't too bad. I didn't really take advantage of watching many movies or anything. I watched this documentary on the color of your skin and how it's not just because of geographically UV rays. It's because of like other dietary needs and other stuff. It was really, really interesting. It was really cool. So I watched that, and then I think I watched some SpongeBob in the morning or something when I was eating breakfast. But I don't know. I didn't really read either. I was too tired and the lights were on, and then the lights were off, and I went to turn the light on, and I was too tired anyway. And I don't know. I'm more of a people watcher. I tend to just kind of chill and watch things. I don't know. I'm learning that about myself. But anyway, we had breakfast, and you had your choice of scrambled eggs or cereal. I was going to get cereal, but I changed my mind at the last second and thought I could use the protein.